Oh, Waffles, I think you might have not been here when I figured it out, but 351 is the moment in the episode when everything broke.
And he's like, yeah, sure, that's what I wanted to say.
Is he here now?
He's typing, so he's somewhere with the means to communicate.
He is in the second dimension.
What the fuck?
330 is the amount of originals Blue's Clues Waffles, the explanation I came up with makes way more sense than whatever you're talking about right now.
That's what I told you. I told you we're giving him too much credit.
Waffles, you don't understand how perfect it would have been. It was perfect.
187? What is 187?
See, we told you it wasn't intentional. Look at that. See? Waffles, what the fuck? Where is this logic going?
Okay. I will just revel in me being absolutely right about it.
So, context. Waffles posted something in the future project. We're recording this before Grom went up. And he posted, people are still trying to figure out what it is as we record this right now. So Waffles said, yo guys, here's a clue. 69, 420. So then he said, what's 420 minus 69? And I did the math because I was curious, like, okay, let's see. Let's see what happens when I do it. So I did 420 minus 69. And when I did that, it gave me 351. So I was curious, why is that? And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, in the episode, the point at which everything broke was around 3 minutes, so then I went to check the timestamp, and the announcement that the principal gives, which is the point of the episode when we realized that everything fell apart of the scenes and we needed to resync, was 3 minutes, 51 seconds exactly. So I assumed, logically, that must have been what the clue was pointing to, but now, here we are in the future, and we're like 20 messages deep, talking about the amount of original Blue's Clues episodes. And a bunch of, Waffles, what are you doing? You should've, you accidentally made a perfect clue.
Waffles can only accidentally have good logic.
I would say clue, like maybe only in hindsight reference,
I guess. We'll call it foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, yeah. Let's say foreshadowing.
No one would have the ability to deduce what we were actually doing based on that, because you need to see the video to know that. I can't wait to see what. Oh, what a stupid.
What do you mean, Waffles?
You have Disney Plus, Waffles.
You have Owl.
It came free with your Disney Plus subscription.
Yeah, you have Owl, dipshit. It came free with your fucking Disney Plus subscription. You have Owl. You have Owl.
She's like Woody from Toy Story. You have Owl House. You don't need to use a totally legal site. You have Disney Plus.
You're coming up with all of these amazing jokes that perhaps should have made it to the fucking video.
So anyway, we're watching The Lion King today because The Lion King is a timeless classic, one of the greatest movies ever made, and I don't think you'll find almost anybody willing to dispute that. And then the remake happened, and it was one of the worst movies that has ever been made, somehow. I don't know how you pulled that off when you had such a phenomenal blueprint of a script, but Disney in their infinite wisdom found a way to surprise me yet again, so.
And they still made more money off of that than they did originally, so.
Did we run the inflation check on that? Hold on.
Let's do it! Time for math!
Math!
Oh yeah, Waffles' favorite, math.
Well, we gotta stall for time while we wait for him to come back. Someone probably has already done the calculations, but I'd rather do them myself, because I want to make sure. Oh, by the way, Avert, what was that thing? Was really trying to see if I could recognize the piano thing you were playing, but should I recognize it? Like, is that a tune that I would recognize?
No, that piano thing I posted, that's is a chiptune song that I've had stuck in my head, and I have no idea where the fuck it's from. I think I heard it in like some YouTube video years ago.
Great.
I don't have any idea where the hell that melody's from. But it's... And I just don't know where the fuck it's from. So if I don't find out where it's from in the next coming years, I'm just gonna pretend like I made it.
One part of the song does sound familiar.
Yeah, right. It sounds very familiar.
It's like in the first part.
It does. It was a chiptune theme.
I have great news. The original Lion King made $968.5 million US, which, accounting for inflation, is about $1.67 billion in the year 2019. Lion King 2019 made $1.66 billion US when it came out.
That's still 1.66 too high.
It is, yes, but the original still beat it out ever so slightly, so get fucked.
Disney looking at the fucking flood of money they got.
Yeah, Trevor, I thought the great news you were gonna have is that you figured out what that melody's from, but nope. Okay, so if anyone in the comments, anyone watching this, please help me. Where the hell is that from? I need someone to tell me.
So yeah, we're watching The Lion King, and then we're gonna watch The Lion King, just like we did for Aladdin, because that gave us such a stronger appreciation for the remakes, watching the original first, so can't wait to do it again. But the thing this time is that I'm kind of worried, because I knew going into Aladdin that parts of it would be so outrageous we were just gonna die of laughter. But The Lion King 2019 is such a dull, lifeless shrug fest of a film that I feel like I'm gonna have to fight the urge to fall asleep multiple times.
Don't worry, Trevor. I'll be behind your chair, kicking your chair for you.
And me and Avert will have to fight the urge to reference YMS.
No, we're referencing YMS in some capacity.
I should also make this abundantly clear. I know YMS has made a really lengthy and detailed video about The Lion King. I've heard it's really great. I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's still only part 1.
I have not seen it yet. These guys have, so they'll probably make references to it. I will be unable to do so. Also, Aladdin 2019 I had seen a couple times before we recorded the commentary, so I at least had some level of familiarity with it, and I knew what we were getting ourselves into. But with this, I've only ever seen The Lion King 2019 once. It was in theaters when it came out. It was the summer before my senior year. My parents really wanted to see it, because they hate themselves. So we watched it. It was somehow even worse than I thought it was. But they walked out saying, "Man, that's some amazing technology." And I was like, yeah, huh? Yes, that's all I love so much.
Don't be so technical, Trevor.
I love how hyper-realistic everything looks and how nothing has any amount of personality or character or charm whatsoever.
But they filmed it in VR.
Isn't
that makes it live action.
That's so fucking cool.
Are you gonna tell the audience about how you died laughing at that one scene?
Yeah, that's so... There is one thing. I mentioned that The Lion King 2019 is dull and lifeless, and it is. Except for one little thing that I had to fight the urge to unleash my hyena laughter in the theater.
You'll know when we get to it. All right, let's go.
Yeah, so I guess Waffles... Here, let's ping Waffles real quick.
Oh yeah, I should probably say I haven't watched the remake fully ever. My family put it on the last day of 2019. It was like an omen of things to come. It was so fucking bad that I got up and got out of the room plenty of times and then got back, then saw another thing that was so fucking dumb and I got up again. I think I made it to around Be Prepared. I heard Be Prepared, I'm like, yep, I'm out.
You weren't prepared for that shit.
Hakuna Matata. And I stayed even though it was bad. And then Foster showed up and I'm like, nope, bye-bye. And I got back, it's Final Battle. And I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, all I remember is that my parents were playing it. I watched it for 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden I had to explain to them why there was a giant hole in the TV. I saw the original Lion King, I think last year, because I've been watching shitloads of movies recently. That was just one of them. Good movie. Remake I haven't seen. And I'm not looking forward to when I have to clean up vomit off of my phone from watching the amazing visual effects. The hyper-realistic. The animation is so good, it literally made a new genre. It's not animation anymore. It is transcended. It is transcended to live action.
So,
because his name is John.
Trevor, you get mad at me. Stop getting mad at me for making jokes if you're gonna make some genre fucking.
Hey, you know what? I made one. Should we list the puns you made at the end of that last commentary?
Yeah, well, can we? All right, well, those were good puns. You see.
Oh, were they now?
Genre, yeah.
I think the jury's still out on that one.
I don't know, John. I'm like John Cena. I RKO'd you out of nowhere. So anyway, yeah, Lion King 2019. I've seen the YMS review. I haven't seen the movie.
I watched the original at some point, no idea when. I like to think that most people have watched the original at some point. It's just so ingrained in human history, you could say.
Since the dawn of man, we have all been watching Lion King.
That's true, or at least ever since 1994 we have.
I have seen the original a lot of times on VHS. Because my family had a house in Switzerland with no internet connection, and there was a TV with a VHS player, which actually still works, by the way, with a lot of movies on it in Dutch voiceover, and I watched The Lion King that way a lot of times. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I've also seen the English version. I somehow prefer the Dutch dub for this movie, and it's a rarity. I have not seen the remake. I have seen the Broadway show in both English in London and in Dutch in my own country, because I went to London with school camp and they got tickets for us for the Lion King show. I have no idea how, considering how goddamn expensive those tickets are, but I do actually still have the English version of the soundtrack of the musical on CD somewhere. I bought it in London when I was there.
Alright, so shall we get started?
I'm gonna buy Waffles a little bit more time, and if he doesn't come back by the time I'm done, then we'll just go. But
Alright, so this is amazing weather we're having right now, isn't it?
The Lion King was a movie that I watched a lot as well, because it was just when I was a kid, my parents' SUV had a DVD player in the back, and just a lot of movies would play there on loop, and one of them was The Lion King. I watched that so many times. Unfortunately, the version I had was the one with the Morning Report song, so for the first 10 years of my life, that was the only version of the movie that I ever knew about. I've religiously watched it as a kid, and I've loved it even more as an adult when I was old enough to actually appreciate how mature and how deep some of its themes and characters can be. I already said start with Addis. Big sad. I also saw the Broadway musical, the Lion King Broadway musical, and I didn't really like it. I just don't think that the story of the Lion King is built for a stage adaptation. Aladdin was masterfully adapted to Broadway. The Lion King, the costumes, specifically Pumbaa, looks hideous, and it doesn't work on a stage. So why they thought it would work even better in hyper-realistic CGI beats me, but they went for it because money.
Well, there are scenes in the musical that do work. For example, the He Lives in You scene. I'm very afraid because I know that's the thing I know about the remake, is that song is in there. That was massively done in the musical version, and I found it really cool with the mountain coming out of the ground. I guess it depends on what theater you watch it in. In the Dutch theater, it was literally on wheels. In the UK version, it came out of the ground under the theater, which was way cooler. Except for that, I don't remember many of the scenes being specifically very bad or very good. It's just exists. But specifically, He Lives in You scene was very impressive in the theater. I don't know if you remember that.
All I remember is the costumes. That's really it. It was very distracting.
I mean, at least it's still expressive, right?
That's true.
Are we ready to begin?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna check if I'm truly
Roar.
recording. Yes.
Waffles is just gonna be in the call, but he's not gonna be here. Maybe we'll get a cameo at some point. I don't know. So let's begin.
He's gonna get a cameo during the death scene.
3, 2, 1, go.
So we all have the Disney Plus version.
Yeah, except Waffles.
Because he doesn't have Disney Plus. So all these Disney double features are gonna have the same formula. We start the first movie like, oh, look how good this is. Talk about how good this thing is, and then the second movie we all just lose our minds.
Cigüeña,
Oh, we're all already out of sync. Let's go. The Rhino.
Zooms out and it's Timon and Pumbaa singing.
In case you're wondering why I know that, it's my friend and I actually looked up. We were curious. I don't know why, but one day we were curious what the lyrics actually were for the opening part of the song. So we looked it up, and then, well, the rest is history.
Do you know what they mean? Because I remember it being very funny.
We also looked that up. I think it was something along the lines of, here comes a lion, father, oh yes, it's a lion.
Yeah.
A lion we're going to conquer, a leopard come to this open, something like that. I don't know.
Trevor, I'm just imagining you and your friend just like sitting there for like 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're just like, hey, I wonder what the lyrics to the opening of The Lion King are.
Man, oh.
Fuck, so good.
Trevor, 2D animation is so outdated, honestly.
Shut
like,
up.
no one...
Disney's classic parallax camera was so good.
Like, I can't see every individual for...
You're right. I mean, look at all these pencil drawings. Look how unrealistic this is. I just can't buy into this world.
Like, made out of
Have you seen
drawings.
the sky? No sky is that pretty.
Sky, yeah. No, you have to be so lucky to get
That's
that
the
good
one
look
thing
at
from
the sky.
YMS's video that I actually do know, because these guys inform me of it in the Aladdin commentary.
I like to keep the skies very simple because you have to get very lucky to have a beautiful sky when you're really photographing. I find when I watch a movie with a lot of beautiful skies, one after the other, I'm like, that's too lucky for real photography.
That
What the
apparent.
fuck?
What a dumb thing to say.
That reminds me, I talked to a friend today, and he said, I like the 2019 remake. And I'm like, okay, but the guy that made the movie said that the skies don't look that beautiful, so they made it less so. And I said, oh yeah, but that makes sense. Oh really? That makes
That makes
sense?
sense. There are no
It
beautiful
makes so
skies.
much sense.
Do they also live in Hollywood?
No!
I was gonna say, like, I could just imagine Jon Favreau sitting there, like, Los Angeles, every day looking up. You gotta be really lucky for anything in the world to be beautiful.
OJ, I just like the idea that your friend says that to you, and so you sit up, you walk over to the blinds, you open the window, and you're just like,
Oh my god, this is what happens when you don't touch grass.
It's even funnier considering he's the guy that likes nature.
They haven't been outside in like literal weeks. They're like, yeah,
I
the
love
world isn't
nature,
beautiful.
but beautiful skies don't exist.
It's really unlucky for anything in the world to be beautiful. Like, I could say that because, like, in Canada, the skies are just gray all the time.
What an amazing
Bam.
tonal introduction.
It's so good. It's so good.
Hey there, little fella.
And good introduction to the villain.
Life's not fair, is it?
Oh, what a deep, booming voice.
Jeremy Irons, his normal talking voice is better as Scar than the fucking remake.
Yeah, he could still do it even now.
Yeah,
He
like,
could still
his
pull it
normal,
off.
his normal, like literally his
Unlike
normal
a
talking
certain
voice.
voice actor that came back to reprise his role and that sounds fucking ancient and like he's dying every scene.
Yeah.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, let's...
Also, who in their right mind thought that John Oliver was a good fit for this character?
Oh, don't you understand? He's British.
he's,
Like
he's,
this-
a, he's a British funny man.
There you go. That's all you need, right?
John Oliver only has 2 voices he could do. John and Oliver. That's it.
Till the little hairball was born.
That hairball, my son, and your future king.
The voice work is...
Killing it so far.
Didn't they
Yeah.
get, like, Chiwetel Ejiofor to do Scar?
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
Not at all. Good actor, but, like...
He's not
Yeah.
good in The Lion King.
Not at all.
It'd be like trying to hire Tom Kenny to play Darth Vader. It just doesn't...
Or Chris Pratt as Mario.
Yeah, it'd be like trying to hire Seth Rogen to play Donkey Kong.
What are you talking about?
We'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, that movie's that audio commentary is probably out by now.
That's the other thing. We are recording this in such a disjointed order. We have no idea when they're gonna release.
It's February 12th right now. Anything could happen. We don't know. The second Lion King remake could be out by now.
Oh, sweet Jesus, no.
Oh, audio commentary for that? No.
No!
Oh my god, the score.
I don't have the
Yeah,
words
so
to describe
good.
how beautiful it is.
Yeah, I know, but it's all 2D, you know. It's not. It doesn't look realistic in the slightest,
Yeah.
honestly. Like monkeys don't walk. Monkeys don't do this.
There are real people whose perception of animation is limited to, oh, does it look realistic or not? And that's what makes it good. Like,
Just
for instance,
stupid kids movies.
my dad watched this movie and he's like, man, the animation is so good. He then watched The Owl House and he's like, you know, it's pretty simplistic animation. It probably doesn't take that long to make these episodes, right? And I wanted to, like, strangle someone.
It doesn't take that long to draw characters
I mean, yeah,
50
it doesn't
billion
take
times.
that long compared to a movie, but...
Yeah, a 22-minute episode versus a 90-minute movie.
But the entire show probably takes way longer than it took.
I mean, yes.
Like, I've seen an animatic for the dance scene for Enchanting Gromfright, and that animatic was dated May of 2019, which is a year and a half before the episode
Yeah.
release. Because it takes time to make this stuff.
Yeah, generally it's 9 months to 1 year for an episode to be made. Well, at least in terms of animation. And then you actually have to wait for it to air the episodes.
Like, why do you think it took like a decade to make Cuphead?
And then it took another 5 years to make the DLC.
Okay, it literally took longer for them to make the DLC than it took to make the base game. The game was announced in 2014, released in 2017. DLC was announced like right after that, and then it came out 2022.
What about that shadowy place?
That's Halo 2, Simba. You must never go there.
Oh, there's more to being king than getting your way all the time.
There's more?
But wait, there's more. Call now and you get another kingdom absolutely free.
When we die, our bodies become the grass. The antelope eat the grass. We are all connected.
So we all eat corpses, son.
Actually, we don't eat the grass. We are grass intolerant.
The thing about Rowan Atkinson's voice here is you can actually just not tell it's him because he's such a good voice actor.
Every time I watch this scene, it feels wrong, because like I said, I'm used to the Morning Report version.
Yeah, you're used to the shit scene that they added
Well, that's the thing.
years later.
I'm so used to my eyeballs being smeared in shit that when I can actually see the light, it's like,
It's more so my ears than that, because like listening to that song now, I'm just like,
It sounds completely different from the rest of the soundtrack, yes. Also, the animation.
it's like sticking your ear into a vacuum cleaner.
here, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think Morning Report is worse than Speechless from Aladdin 2019.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah,
It is
Speechless
very
is at least
cringe.
funny. It's at least funny when the guard just
When they just disappear into thin air.
they just blues get do, we get do, poof.
Stops time to have a musical number. It's weird, because I was thinking about this. I don't think Mufasa does the turning around thing in the Morning Report version, but that was still one of the clips I thought to use for Toy Story 4.
Gonna rule it all.
Yeah, forgive me for not leaping for joy. Bad back, you know.
When I'm king, what'll that make you?
A monkey's own.
Oh,
What'll that make you pissed off as
I'll kill your entire family.
I'm not sure who said that, but that was ominous as hell.
I will murder everyone. Bye-bye. See you.
It's Avert.
You sound like if Perry the Platypus tried to speak.
How's it going, everybody?
Freddy the Flat.
Hey, dog, who can murder you and your whole family? No.
It's great that Scar actually comes across like a lovable uncle, who you as the audience can tell is evil, but you can also believe Simba would believe that he's just an uncle.
Oh yeah, I'm a great uncle.
Can we go back in time to before I knew you could do that voice?
No, you don't need any sleep tonight.
Hey, Nala. Hi, Simba. Come on. I just heard about this great place.
So where is this really cool place?
Oh, around the water hole. The water hole.
Oh, that's a horrible lie.
So how are we gonna ditch the dodo?
We're gonna do a big old musical number, just trust me.
He's the future king, so you have to do what I tell you.
Not yet, I don't.
I'm waiting for the moment.
Hey, look, it's time for an actual good song. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There's color in this world. No, this world has no color to it. It's all gray.
everywhere.
Trevor, you have to be really lucky to have any color in this godforsaken world.
This is not realistic.
Honestly,
enough.
I'm surprised the remake wasn't just in black and white.
Oh, I just can't wait to...
Also, I don't know if you've heard Name Wants to Battle's cover of this, but he did a rock cover of this song, and it's great.
I just can't wait to be king.
Stop that.
Stop it. Yes, of course. Stop that.
Stop that. Because in this movie, they actually got two different voice actors. One that can sing and one that can voice act.
I wonder if he's gonna get the notes right in the remake.
And I just can't wait
Dead.
to be king.
They really just love abusing birds in Disney, classic Disney movies. Yeah.
Or you should be dead.
Well, at least this one doesn't get force-feed a cracker.
Wow, this song is actually stylized here. You gotta get rid of that in the remake.
I like how you can tell that they're actually having a fun time dancing and singing.
I love how they actually have a face.
I love knowing what they're actually feeling.
I love Zazu getting flattened 3 times in the same span of 5 seconds.
You just simply cannot defeat Zazu.
It's so hard to not actually sing along this entire song.
The whole movie, really. It's just, every single song is fantastic. With Aladdin, I think there's a clear winner for what the best musical number is. Lion King, I think, is a lot harder to pick. A friend like me is several steps above the rest.
It's not because this doesn't have any good songs. It's that Robin Williams.
Where is he?
He got flattened by the rhino.
Yeah, I got flattened.
Yeah, he is literally in the ground right now.
Circle of Life thing and all that.
Pinja, let me up. Pinja again.
I read once, I don't know if this is completely accurate, but I read that lion women are actually stronger than the men tend to be.
Lioness.
I know that female lions are the ones who do the hunting for the...
Yeah, exactly. That, yeah.
I probably did know that at one point because on the bonus DVD for The Lion King, they had a bunch of featurettes about all the real-world equivalents of the animals in the movie.
Wow, they actually put effort into researching the animals.
Dude, not that, and also they put effort into DVD menus back then. Like
They put effort into movies?
The classic Disney DVD menus were really stylized and cool, instead of just being a plain wallpaper of a movie, or a short little GIF looping in the background, and then a static menu. Oh, also they made a whole custom series of short films, the Virtual Safari for Timon and Pumbaa, which were amazing. I honestly probably watched the Virtual Safaris more so than I watched the Lion King itself.
Was that Whoopi Goldberg?
Yes. I believe so.
Oh, wow. Wait, really?
I'm pretty sure it is. I'll double check right now, but I'm like 90% sure that is Whoopi Goldberg.
Error. Whoa, wait. I know you.
She played Shenzi. Huh. And, do you know who the voice of Ed the hyena here is?
Which one's Ed again?
On the Oopid Stay. Who you call Oopid Stay?
Tell me when he speaks.
He rarely does, but...
Yeah, I think whenever he speaks, he's like, ooh,
What, was it the Shaggy voice actor?
Him, that's Ed, right there.
No idea. Who voiced?
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, wouldn't have guessed it.
Jim Cummings. Also, apparently, the person who did the singing voice for Zazu in the Morning Report was the guy who voices the man with the yellow hat in Curious George.
Oh, wow.
Of course, it was Curious George. Dang, they're really working themselves down to the bone here.
Now you walked yourself into a trap.
Well, not trap. This one really planned.
A dead end.
A dead end.
Dead
Yeah.
end.
Do it again.
If you ever come near my son again,
This is your son. Oh, did you know that? No, me? I didn't know. No. No, of course not. Ed? Doodles.
Dad,
you deliberately disobeyed me.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Let's go home.
I thought you were very brave.
A fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Hey, notice how you can tell that he's sad in this scene? Isn't that cool how you can see the emotions of the characters just by looking at them? Like,
Oh, he fades away in the background. That's cool.
Take Nala home. I've got to teach my son a lesson.
Also how he notices his father's footprint there.
That is in the remake too. I think that was in the trailer.
But it's shitified in the remake.
The what, Avert?
Oh my god, he's here!
Those are the lines I can think of.
Welcome. What? Why did... Okay, I'm deaf and just... Whatever.
Welcome to my tower, Waffles.
You're now traumatized for life.
Don't. God damn it, avoid being
I'm just so contagious, dude.
I thought I might lose you.
I guess even kings get scared, huh? I think those hyenas were even scarier.
Because nobody messes with your dad. Come here, you.
Oh, no!
I love how genuine this feels.
Yeah, dude, like they actually feel like...
Yeah, it's almost
It's not like you have two... It's not like having two Minecraft characters.
I can't hear you, River. I'm sorry, what do you say?
The fact that they actually have genuine emotion here.
Not
They're
even just
like two... They're not just two Avatar characters looking at each other.
Not even just in terms of the character's performance and their dialogue.
The animation.
It all culminates into having a sincere moment with each other rather than just, oh, we need conflict now. The whole time, it was never that he was really angry at him. I mean, there is a sense of rage that's manifested out of, I could have lost you, but it quickly shifts to a level of disappointment that can more easily transition to a lighthearted banter. It's kind of like what I said about the first Toy Story, where the way in which they transition between the moods is very seamless, even though it technically happens rather quickly. A difficult balance to strike there.
It also really gets you to like Mufasa, which is kind of necessary.
Yeah, if you want to have an emotional...
Wait, what?
scene.
Mufasa dies? I didn't know that.
Sorry for spoiling.
How dare you spoil that for me?
Movies. Also, Trevor, I'm assuming you know why there's a green tint over everything here.
Is there a deeper explanation beyond just green being the typical Disney villain color?
There is.
And you'll have to enlighten me, because that's all I...
You'll have to watch the YMS video, sir.
Mufasa. Ooh, do it again. Mufasa.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
That just sounds like a robot talking.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
That's
I'm
not better.
surrounded by idiots.
No, still sounds out-of-tune as fuck.
Fuck.
Kill Mufasa?
Precisely.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy, Trevor, I gotta say, this scene is doing a really good job of existing right now.
Are as wet as a warthog's backside.
Jeez, like these sound waves are so sound wavy right now, Trevor.
Yeah, this thing is really existing right now. When
they announced they'd get rid of it in the remake, it got outraged, so then they half-assed it.
Oh, is that actually the explanation for why they did it at the last minute and then they just try to shove it in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Why did...
You gotta watch that video, Trevor. Come on, man.
Why did they ever think that it was literally the only song they cut from the original? What the hell were they thinking?
I could argue reasons why they thought it'd be good to cut, but doesn't mean that it isn't fucking stupid.
Does the YMS video explain why they thought it was a good idea to cut it?
It speculates at least.
That's the thing they weren't thinking.
Maybe when like the hyenas march, that could give you an idea of maybe why.
So they are paralleling Scar being Hitler, and because it's the same. His soldiers have the same walk the same way.
Yeah, the same like synchronized walk.
Okay, so in that case, I have a great idea. Keep Be Prepared, remove that part.
Exactly,
Boom.
but that would take effort.
Problem
Trevor.
solved.
I-
Wow,
That
what a
takes
thinker.
effort, Trevor.
I told you, it still doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna take a guess right now and say that the Disney live action remakes, either they strip like all creative control away from the directors, or they have like a checklist of things that you need to have in the movie.
In the case of The Lion King, the checklist just seems to be redo the original.
Yeah, the checklist is don't have anything that looks or feels good. Strip away all the viewer's brain cells.
Strip away even the smallest iota of personality in life.
Like, the other thing I could, like, say about why they would cut Be Prepared is because they already changed Scar's entire character. They clearly rewrote stuff. When they try to shove it back in, it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so I have two things to say there. Number one being, you consciously made the choice to rewrite it so that you wouldn't have Be Prepared. And then the second thing is, you still have Be Prepared in the movie, technically speaking, so you could have just done it more than what you went with. There is no...
Trevor, I think it'd be better for your mental health if you didn't try to understand the brain of the Disney live action.
I can't wrap my head around some of these dumbass decisions.
Well,
it doesn't make sense.
I would recommend trying. People have lived and died trying to understand Disney's brain.
Be Prepared was not S&P approved.
Yeah, you're not fucking prepared for the bullshit in the 2019
Honestly, that might have just been it.
Only Alex Hirsch was on the team to fight for it.
Well, if he was on the team, a lot of it would be changed. Look at that shot.
What an amazing shot.
So good.
Waffles is finally gone.
Waffles, no, he got trampled.
But one by one, we're gonna get picked off by the Stampede.
Oh god, no.
Oh no, we lost Avert. Well, I guess it's just down to the three of us now.
Well.
I feel like I'm gonna sound just a broken record, but seriously, the soundtrack for this movie is arguably the best film soundtrack that's ever been composed. I like that they explain how Zazu couldn't feasibly go back to help, and also would not be able to fully recall the details of what happened here, because he got knocked out so quickly. I always forget how insanely gripping this is to watch.
Scar! Brother, help me!
Long live the king.
Scream.
It's all so perfect.
It's so good. Like, I really hope...
If only the scene wasn't replaced by a meowing cat next time.
There's too much to dissect about just the nuances of their facial expressions and their vocal performances, how in sync the music is, and the best part is the final shot where it zooms into Mufasa falling and then zooms back out as Simba and pulls away from Simba, and just the way
and now everything is foggy here.
All the color drains from the scene and the lights dim. And then, like you said, it's just covered in fog.
It's a really good scene. I hope they don't ruin it at all. That'd be nice if they just didn't ruin it, you know?
Well, we'll forever have this movie.
Yeah, thankfully. Unless Disney somehow decides to delete it from existence, which would make...
Good luck with that.
Until they remove it from Disney+.
Dad? Dad, come on. You gotta get up. Dad, we gotta go home. Help! Somebody! Anybody! Help!
Also, a way to use the leitmotif but still improve on it by using voices for a bit of it.
Simba.
It was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Of course you didn't. The king is dead. And if it weren't for you, he'd still be alive.
What am I gonna do?
Run away, Simba. Run away and never return.
And it's all set up so that it makes sense for Simba to believe what Scar's saying.
That he was the one who did, he believes that he was the one, because he did disobey him there.
And that Scar is trustworthy enough from Simba's point of view to buy into it.
Yeah, how predictable.
How do we feel about this as comic relief?
Well, it's quite overdone at this point, but yeah, it's fine.
If he comes back, we'll kill him.
Yeah, talking about how they're gonna kill the kid is really good comic relief.
No, I
Trevor.
mean the fact that he gets launched into the thorns and then bounces up in a very cartoonish manner.
I mean, after having such a heavy scene, I think they should have something.
That's like why Timon and Pumbaa are in the movie.
Yeah, you don't want kids to lose sleep at night.
Timon and Pumbaa, I think, are introduced in a gradual enough way, but the thorn thing might be a little too quick. Because I think you could have also easily had it to where they just stop before sliding off.
Yeah.
Especially because we immediately go back into this scene, which is incredibly intimidating, just seeing the horde of hyenas swarming in on Pride Rock.
Yeah, I'll agree with it.
With the moon there. Oh yeah, the monkey with the stick here is really unrealistic. Like, monkeys only use sticks as lightsabers.
Well, I mean, as long as whoever said such a thing would consistently make it so that this monkey doesn't have a stick throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, no, monkeys, it doesn't make sense for monkeys to use stick as walking canes, but it makes perfect sense for them to fight with them.
And here comes the best boys. You know, I've never seen the Timon and Pumbaa TV show, but I really, really want to, because I absolutely love Timon.
Mufasa. What if Mufasa pissed on the flux capacitor?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Thank God you did arrive during the fucking death scene. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just imagine that. Just like, long live the king. So what if they pissed on the flux capacitor?
No, after he's dead.
So where was I? Yes. I really want to watch the Timon and Pumbaa show sometime, because I love this duo so much, and it's the reason why Lion King 1.5 works as well as it does.
I remember watching it. I don't remember much about it, but I think I liked it. But again, it's been like almost 2 decades.
Because there's also, at Disney World, in the hotel rooms, they have a channel you can tune to called Wild About Safety, where Timon and Pumbaa basically go over a bunch of safety tips for being in the parks, like put on sunscreen and traveling safety guidelines and all that. It's just Timon and Pumbaa being themselves, so it's presented in a very entertaining way. They just bounce off each other really well, so their chemistry can sell pretty much whatever they're working on.
So, like, we gotta watch Lion King 1.
I mean, yeah, it's really good. I think there's some inconsistencies with the original Lion King, though. I need to see it again to be sure.
Yeah. I can definitely believe that.
A lot of it makes an appreciable amount of effort to stay consistent with the movie, but I specifically remember the ending they take some liberties with in terms of how things unfold. But again, I need to see it again to know for sure.
You gotta put your behind in your past.
No. Lie down before you hurt yourself. You gotta put your past behind you.
Pumbaa's what happens when you try to use Google Translate.
Yeah.
It was so obvious whenever someone in school would use Google Translate for their Spanish homework, because it either uses stuff like preterite tense and things that just they weren't taught, or it makes no fucking sense at all.
Yeah, Google Translate is if you get the bingo balls, and then when you take the letters out, you just scramble them up, and then boom, there you go.
Yeah.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.
I think this might be my favorite song in the movie.
What? Someone thinking that Hakuna Matata is the best song in the movie? No way.
Is that like the common sentiment?
Like, it was the most popular song back then.
I like the I Can't Wait to Be King song more.
I think that's fair. That's, like I said, Aladdin, I think, is just Friend Like Me clears everything.
But, like, in Lion King,
it's much more evenly spread out.
Hey, Pumbaa, not in front of the king.
Oh, sorry.
To come up with someone who hates toilet humor, I find that much more charming than if he literally said every time that I farted or something like that. Not that that would ever happen.
Look, Waffles, if you're gonna pop up every, like, 5 minutes, just stay here and watch the fucking movie.
It's our problem-free philosophy.
Hakuna Matata.
No, I'm only doing this because I'm given short time periods where I can join.
So you're just doing this to try and get in the thumbnail. You're not.
Well, it depends on if he sticks around for the remake.
True.
Oh, like, I'm gonna need a pop-up blocker to stop you from coming up.
God, Simba should have traveled back in time so he could try to fuck his father.
Why
are you here? Waffles, you're just making Trevor have to edit more.
You the fucking bugs look visually appealing.
It's like that one black and white photo with the guy edited out.
It'll sound weird to say, but if an animator can make a bug look appetizing, then you've probably done something right.
I wanna eat everything on the screen right now.
Including me, right?
God damn it, Waffles.
Waffles, you're not visually appealing at all.
Oh.
That's me and...
Yeah, I know. That was the point. Trucks!
No!
Shut up.
Quick, sing so that we can hear Waffles. Philosophy!
Waffles, I literally can't hear what you're saying. What?
No, we're singing so that we can hear Waffles.
Oh, and he's gone.
Much better.
I guess I'll never know.
hearing the song not with Belgian voice actors feels wrong for me.
I just like to think that they've been singing this song for like 10 years.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
Straight. It's like in the Lego movie.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's like in Blue's Big City Adventure, where he sings all day and it takes till nighttime.
It's a small world after all. No!
Anything but that.
It's a small.
Well, that literally happens in the Lego movie, though.
I can sing this song for hours!
I need to watch the Lego movie again.
Yeah, we definitely do. That's like one of the best animated films ever
Maybe we
made.
can use that plan to record those.
It's dinner time, and we ain't got no stinking entrees.
Oh, eat Zazu.
It's magically delicious. Those sparkling dots are the amount of brain cells you have watching this movie. But then when you get to the remake, you'll notice that the sky doesn't have stars. It's really unrealistic for a sky to have that many stars. You have to be really lucky for that. So that symbolizes that you have no brain cells watching the 2019 remake.
I also appreciate that the stars aren't just static white dots. You can see them flickering and fading in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, effort in animation is nice.
I don't think I mentioned this, but The Lion King was made by the B team.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense that the B team would do good work because they have to prove that they're worthy enough.
What was the A team working on even?
Pocahontas.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pocahontas. What was the A team working on? Yeah, bro thinks he's part of the team.
Yeah, like live Timon reaction.
Imagine thinking Pocahontas will be a bigger hit than The Lion King.
Yeah. Also, the B team made Aladdin too, so the B team just kind of like knows what they're doing.
Yeah, maybe the B team should become the A team.
That does make sense though, because like the B team would want to prove themselves worthy enough to make something anywhere near close as good to as Pocahontas.
Maybe the A team had the expectation of, oh, you have to be the equivalent of that time, I guess, to Oscar bait.
Also, oh my god, the word sex
I
appears for 2 frames.
was hoping no.
I'm pretty sure they edited this version so you couldn't even suggest that.
I'll be honest, I've never seen it even once, except in images where people drastically increase the saturation and brightness.
Yeah, literally just it's like 2 frames.
Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. Do you honestly think it was intentional? No, I don't. I don't.
Oh, it's a subliminal message there.
And I don't care.
They're trying to make her kill.
It is time.
Yeah, that's not good for you, buddy.
I like that they establishes that the lionesses were hunting.
Also that they were running low on food in the Pride Land,
so it makes sense.
They have to expand their search radius.
Yeah.
The worst you can say is that it's convenient that she bumps into them, but there are a lot of factors at play that would make it feasible for her to be able to do it.
It's more contrived that it's specifically her and not any other lion.
Callbacks.
How did you?
His face, he's like, what? Didn't she just try to murder my friend?
What's going on here? Let me get this straight. You know her. She knows you. But she wants to eat him. And everybody's okay with this? Did I miss something?
Could you guys excuse us for a few minutes?
Whatever she has to say, she can say in front of us.
Maybe you better go.
It starts.
You think you know a guy.
Unfortunately, that line is just baked into my brain as the prelude to pain, because that's what happens when you start the Lion King video game.
Yeah.
It starts.
Yeah.
And I have achievements on Xbox for beating that game on every difficulty, which don't stack.
Why?
Hi-Fi Rush moments.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
I wanted the achievements.
So your scars are just baked into the Xbox now.
As someone who 100% of Danganronpa just for the achievements.
Yeah. Whenever you get achievements like that, it's like having your scars be permanently visible on your Xbox.
Also Nirvana Initiative, I'm sorry to say it, but I believe you also 100% of that game.
Yes, but like I actually bought that one. I didn't buy Danganronpa.
The sweet caress of twilight. There's magic everywhere with all this romance.
And thick atmosphere, blasters in the air. And you feel the love tonight.
This evening.
This evening bring the world for once. In perfect harmony, oh, it's living things.
I'm not even gonna try. I don't know the lyrics to this song.
I mean, I don't know the lyrics either. I'm just reading the subtitles. But I can't decide.
They know he is. They can see inside. Yeah, you feel the love this evening. The evening brings the world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things. And you feel the love tonight. Leave me the look too far. Feeling true. The night's uncertainties. Love is where they are.
So much off-key singing.
In love tonight.
I'm gonna die.
It's gonna be us soon. Every days with us our history. In short, our battle is doomed.
In the remake, wasn't the time of day just completely changed? So it's like, can you feel the love this evening?
I think it's more like this afternoon.
Yeah, but they, like, the song does start as the sun is setting, but when it ends, it is night. Not in the remake, though.
Yeah.
In the last part of the song, in Lion King 1.5, they could have just reused that scene, but they decided to
reanimate it from the other perspective.
Yeah.
Which is greatly appreciated. There is definitely stuff that was reused in 1.5, but like the final scene between Simba and Nala, for instance. I do appreciate that they've recontextualized a lot of that musical number.
Yeah.
It's great. I know all the other songs by heart, but Can't You Feel the Love Tonight, the only parts I know by heart are Simba and Nala's parts and Timon's parts.
And also the Can You Feel the Love Tonight
Well,
verse.
yeah, because, like...
The verse.
I know the Dutch version way better, but I have the lyrics on screen because I have subtitles on.
And you know the melody, so you can figure out the rest from there.
The worst part is deciding where to land the notes.
I was just reading off the subtitles.
I thought-
when you start editing it, it's gonna be like the worst singing of all time. And you have to like auto-tune the shit out of it.
Who do you think Trevor is? Disney?
Well, I used auto-tune on Avert's voice in Blue's Big City Adventure when he said,
Yeah.
auto-tune mode activated.
You didn't do auto-tune on my friggin' Time to Fly in the Sky?
I didn't think I needed to do it there.
Yeah, that was just already enough of a masterpiece. Like, honestly, top 100 Billboard chart.
That's the only thing I regretting that we don't get in this movie. He Lives in You song, because that's my favorite song in the entire Lion King universe, I guess.
To my knowledge, it didn't even exist until the second movie.
No, no. It's the opening song of the second movie, and it's in the musical. But I don't know when the musical first aired.
Let's find out. Wow, November 13th, 1997.
Damn.
I think that's like the longest running Broadway show.
Yeah, I knew it was before I was born. That was a thing I knew for sure.
I think you're a little confused.
Wrong. I'm not the one who's confused. You don't even know who you are. You're Mufasa's boy. Bye.
Hey, wait! I hate to tell you this, but he died a long time ago.
Nope. Wrong again. He's alive. You follow old Rafiki. He knows the way.
I believe this is probably the shot you posted in Discord from the remake.
Yes.
And yet it still somehow looks more, even though it's the same general aesthetic, it still looks more lively because it's not just all dark blue.
Yeah, like just the shapes of the trees enough to convey like a lot more.
There's also no way that those camera angles are in the remake.
Yeah, no.
I'm honestly struggling to remember a lot of... My only memory of the remake is just the original, but worse.
Even after we finish watching the remake, you're still gonna forget it right
I'm still
after.
not gonna remember it. I remember in high school, the person Brooks was dating at the time, she went to go see the Lion King remake. She ended up loving it. First thing I did when we got back to school...
The first thing I did was advise him to break up with her immediately.
There's a whole story to get into about how I was instrumental in helping the two of them get together, but that's a topic for a different day. First day of school, I was like, why? And she said she appreciated it from a technical perspective, so I guess you can respect the technology, but it's used horrifically, because there's nothing to it other than just, oh wow, it looks real.
And then...
No, don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Someone made a TED Talk trying to say that this was ripping off Kimba the White Lion. and they thought that there's like a YouTube video from like 2006 or something that posted this scene in like the worst quality of all time, and the TED Talk presenter thought that was him on the moon, which was apparently a shot from Kimba, because that's how bad the video quality was, and that was actually in a fucking TED Talk.
Okay.
And in the book as well.
Oh, and a book as well that sold copies.
I have not seen YMS's Lion King 2019 video, but I have seen a little bit of his Kimba video, and I have been sufficiently unimpressed by people's arguments saying that the Lion King ripped off Kimba.
It's really bad. I recommend finishing the video.
So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna take your stick.
No, not a stick! Hey! Where are you going?
Anyway, that was a great scene. I wonder if that's in the remake.
I honestly don't remember.
Because it's not. Even though it's fucking essential for the theme.
Yeah, the reason, like, this scene does not work
You know
without
what's best about this? My favorite scene in this movie is still coming up.
Oh, that's a great way to wake up. Hi there! Hi there! I mean, how did you expect him to react?
Don't ever do that again.
The king has returned.
Lord of the Rings 3.
Who's the monkey?
Although I don't think it's actually book 3. It's very confusing.
No, it's his uncle.
The monkey's his uncle?
No.
I just found one that consists of one and a half. He just asks who's the monkey.
I was just about to say, I'm extremely confident that scene specifically was radically changed for the 1.5. They also changed this shot. It's Pumbaa running across the desert instead of Timon.
And over here you can see the headquarters of the Lion King 2019 directors.
No.
I can't believe Jon Favreau, like, he made Iron Man, and then he made...
And then he made shit!
It's like the same kind of way I feel about Sean Levy, how...
Robert Zemeckis.
That too, but...
Every director is good until they make a Disney live-action remake. Like Guy Ritchie with Aladdin 2019.
If I don't fight for it, who will?
I will.
It's gonna be dangerous.
Ha! I laugh in the face of danger.
I see nothing funny about this. We're gonna fight your uncle for this. It's important to you. We're with you to the end.
This is so good. That's my favorite scene. That's why.
Really?
You gotta be really lucky to get a sky like this.
How many times have you said that in the last hour and a half?
Too many times.
What do you want me to do? Dress and drag and do the hula?
Luau! If you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, eat my body Pumbaa here because he is a treat. $100 dine and a tasty swine. All you gotta do is get in line. Ah, yankin'!
This is objectively the best song.
He's a big pig. You can be a big pig too. Woo! See, that I know.
That's objectively. That's the best song in the entire movie.
Can you feel the love tonight? Nah.
Yeah, dude, you don't need to know the lyrics to Can You Feel the Love Tonight.
But the hula song I know.
The hula song.
It kind of feels like video game final boss territory where you come back to your home at the start and it's just corrupted by all the enemies.
Yeah.
If you were half the King Mufasa was, you would
I'm
never...
10 times the King Mufasa was.
It's also great that mirrors the original shot of Simba, like almost 1 for 1.
I'm a little surprised to see you alive.
How is this possible? You should be dead.
The choice is yours, Scar. Either step down or fight.
Oh, does this all end in violence? I'd hate to be responsible for the death of a family member. Wouldn't you agree, Simba?
What is he talking about?
Ah, so you haven't told them your little secret.
How could he have, considering he ran away?
Well, I mean, he had plenty of time.
It's true.
He admits it.
Murderer! It was an accident.
If it weren't for you, Mufasa would still be alive.
And here's my little secret. I killed Mufasa.
So how do we feel about Scar admitting that to him at the last second?
He got carried away there.
Yeah, I can believe he would do that.
Because there is one thing I've just remembered they changed in the remake that I might actually like more. We'll have to see when we get to it.
I see.
Hey, if I stayed deafened this whole time, could I see doing the thumbnail?
If you stay for the remake.
Like, what if I stay in the call, but I've like remained deafened?
No.
It will be deleted from the...
Are you talking to me?
Uh-oh, they called him a pig.
Shouldn't have done that. Now they're in for it.
Miss!
They're big!
Pumbaa rampage.
I love the bowling pin sound effect. Strike! Nice on.
Nice on. On the green.
Turkey.
Nice shot.
Nice cock.
That's it.
Top 10 anime battles.
I also like that you can clearly tell which one is Simba and which one is Scar.
No, and also who's Nala and who's I forgot her name.
Sarabi.
Sarabi, yes.
It was their fault. It was their idea.
Why should I believe you? Everything you ever told me was a lie.
You wouldn't kill your old uncle.
You, not like me, Scar. I wouldn't know anything about killing your own family member.
Run. Run away, Scar, and never return.
As you wish, your majesty.
Slow motion final shot. Literally top 10 anime battles.
I'm kind of iffy on the slow motion.
Yeah, I'm kind of iffy on this fight sequence.
The sequence itself is great. It's just the slow motion.
If it wasn't slow, I don't know how it would be like without the slow
whoop.
motion. No, I think it'd be too quick. Yeet. Oh look, Dinner showed up. Dinner has joined the chat.
What do you think? Dinner's just gonna fall out of the sky?
Why?
A lot of people argue about what Disney villain gets the most gruesome fate. Is it Scar?
He just gets eaten
It's
alive.
either Scar or guy from Tarzan.
I've never seen Tarzan, so I don't...
Then that's a surprise for later.
Does he get hanged to death or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember seeing like a screenshot of that.
Didn't like Sullivan get like stuck in like some world where he got tortured?
Sullivan, who, why am I blank? What's that from?
Monsters Inc.
Oh, Randall.
That was the worst fucking name memory.
Sully's the main character.
Yeah, Sullivan is the main character.
I was very confused.
I got extremely fucking mixed up.
Alright, another thing that I like in 1.5.
He also hugs Timon and Pumbaa here, yeah.
It was something that felt like it was missing in the scene.
Picking one musical score from this entire soundtrack that's the best is really hard. This might be my favorite moment. So, two things about the Sully thing. I don't think Randall getting beaten with a baseball bat is worse than...
No, it's not.
Richard Sullivan is the main antagonist from the 1980 horror slasher film New Year's Evil. That it, maybe?
How does everything grow back here?
I think someone made a video explaining why Simba's roar has the magical ability to heal everything, but I don't...
Yeah, the gods were angered by Scar or something.
Well,
yeah.
isn't this based off of like Hamlet or something? It's probably just some Hamlet bullshit.
Either that or it's like
Scar... When in doubt, blame the play.
Or Mufasa in the sky did something, I don't know. It doesn't really change anything. It's just more, it's kind of like the ending of Toy Story 2 where it makes no sense for Al to actually be able to make that commercial, but it's a nice little satisfying payoff to cap off the film, so I'm willing to let it slide.
I mean, they did sing for like 10 years straight, so it wouldn't surprise me if they howled for 10 years straight. Alright, well, that was a good movie.
Sullivan's also the minion of Jenner and one of the two antagonists in The Secret of Nim, but beyond that, I have nothing. I have no...
Okay, well then I have absolutely no idea what the fuck came out of my mouth earlier.
Ah, right. The composer Hans Zimmer, also composer of the hit movie
The Boss Baby.
Oh yeah, also The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, Hans Zimmer, composer of the exact same song every movie.
Collabing with another guy that I forgot the name of.
Pharrell Williams.
Yeah. Didn't they also return, like that same duo, didn't they return for the remake? Or was it another more?
I'm pretty sure it was for the remake that they returned.
Oh my god.
The worst duo of all time. The iconic duo. The one guy who made the Happy song and one of the best film.
One of my favorite parts from classic Disney credits is seeing all the individual characters and everyone who contributed to them.
Yeah.
Something you definitely will not see in the remake, just like with Aladdin.
Yeah, I'm gonna not be. I have no idea where the fuck Sullivan came from. Like, what?
So, that was The Lion King. What did we think?
I think it's a good movie, and it's gonna forever be a good movie. And also, I hope the remake is gonna be really good because it's live action now. Because the animation's so good, it's a new thing. It's not even. It transcends the realm of animation and becomes live action.
Yeah, I wonder. I hope the performances are as good. I hope that the expressive animation is as good.
I hope the music is as good. The
song
acting.
number, yeah, the music, the song numbers, the scenery, everything. I hope that everything is at least as good as this. But I mean, they're remaking it, so it's gotta be better, right?
God, even just looking at like the thumbnail art looks so lifeless for this.
My thoughts on The Lion King are that I don't have the same emotional attachment to it that I do for stuff like Aladdin, but I still, you could definitely argue this as being a better film than Aladdin, and I can see where anyone would be coming from with that, because this is truly a masterpiece of cinema. Everything about it.
What the fuck? Lion King 2019 is 30 minutes longer than the original Lion King? What?
Yes.
Welcome to the world of Disney live-action remakes.
This is an emergency here. My brain cells cannot withstand 2 hours of action.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Disney live-action remakes. Everything is way too long.
How do you make a movie 30? How do you make it 30 minutes longer and say less? What? How do you even do that? You remake a really good movie and you make it shit and add in 30 extra minutes of shit. What's gonna happen for an additional 30 minutes?
Only one way to find out.
Is it gonna be the weather report thing or whatever? Like what?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure that isn't in the remake.
But there are some other musical stuff that they do.
Yeah.
I definitely have a much stronger emotional attachment to Aladdin, but I still adore this movie. Everything about it, the vibrant animation, the beautiful color palettes, the perfect pacing and airtight script. Like, plot-wise, I have conveniences, and that's, even that is a pitiful amount of them. It is one of the tightest scripts I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. All the actors kill it, and the music is not even just the songs like Hakuna Matata, the Hans Zimmer's orchestral soundtrack is orgasmic and spine-chilling, no matter how many times you see it, the entire way through. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, which makes you wonder why anyone would ever bother trying to remake it for any reason other than money.
Yeah, I know, like, why would you ever do that? Like, imagine.
The only real dings I have against it is that the one joke with one of the hyenas falling into the spikes might be a little too fast after the Mufasa's death scene. They probably could have cut that. And also, I'm undecided on the Scar revealing the truth to Simba thing, because I remember how they handled that scene in the remake, and that might be the sole part of 2019 that I actually prefer to the original, but I'm gonna reserve judgment until we watch it and see for ourselves.
From what I remember, I think I get your point, but to even get that to happen requires changing a lot of things from early in the movie that I think makes those scenes worse. But we'll get to
That's why I'm gonna reserve judgment until we see for ourselves. So
I can't wait for when we see it for ourselves.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we decided to watch them both. That's great.
My brain cells like dying. Have I mentioned that I'm a masochist?
I could tell.
Well, I guess that was all the fun we're gonna have today. We could quit while we're ahead and just live with the joy that the original Lion King brought us. Or we could keep going on into the remake! Yay!
Dude, Pride rock!